It is time to prepare for
Yes,
Dragonsteel Nexus. We have gone, this is our 4th year in a row?
Yes.
Yes, so this is our 4th Nexus. We have enjoyed every one of them. Check out our videos on those. I think there'll be links probably at the end to those videos. We're looking forward to a great 2025 Nexus. So we're here with 5 tips to help you get ready for Nexus.
Be prepared so that you show up ready to hit the ground running.
What would you say is first?
Do your homework. There's some homework items that you need to do before you get there.
This is the mecca for super fans. We are not the super fan level. No. I learn things every time, and I'm looking forward to that.
Yep.
You get to meet cool people who really dig in and know the Cosmere.
Yeah.
But do your homework. What would you suggest they should review?
The secret project that came out this year is Isles of the Emberdark. And the year that had the last of the secret projects, which was 2023, we didn't realize how big of a component those 4 books would play into Dragonsteel Nexus that year. And so I really feel like Isles of the Emberdark is going to be a big component of this year's cosplay and what people are talking about. And you want to read Isles of the Emberdark.
Also, the other book, the compendium that's coming out, is a group of short stories. The interesting thing about that is my understanding is that pretty much all of those short stories, except for one, have been released previously in one way or another.
Yep.
A few that come to mind, Perfect State, the original. I don't know if that's going to be a big topic or not. Go out and pick up those stories and give them a read before you get there.
Yep.
You'll be right there in the conversation as people get their copies of the book. Anything else you'd suggest?
Review the basics of the Cosmere. The names of the planets. So the places where the panels are going to be held are held in the names of the planets. So Roshar, Nalthis, Scadrial, Sel, Taldane.
It's just so much more fun when you're talking with other fans in line to sort of keep up with the conversation and not get lost. Being able to just connect which world or which planet goes with which book or which main story. Which characters. And I'd imagine many people watching this, you're probably already fans. This may be basic. If not, it's a heads up. Like, hey, that's one of the things that makes Nexus fun. Doing your homework's important. Kind of the next step, decide what your priorities are and plan out your convention time. Some different priorities you might have. It might be really important to hit certain panels. There is an awesome convention game every year.
Every year, the game is amazing.
And I am guilty of this. I get swept away by the game, and any priorities I had just go out the window.
They do.
Don't be me. Be intentional. If you know that's your thing, then say, great, I'm excited to go learn the game on day 1 and jump in. If you know you want to do other things, don't let the game overpower the rest of it.
And you'll miss all of the panels and things like that. I wanted to be in every panel that Brandon was actually speaking in because he was why I was there. And so that was really important to me. And I went to those panels. There's other visiting authors. You need to just make sure that those top priority panels that you're like, this is a can't miss. I know when those are happening. I know where they're happening. And then I can fit in the game or the craft, the expo. I can fit those other things in around that.
And I would say those are other possible priorities for you.
Yes.
If the experiences, I'll lump them under experiences. Yeah. And that is like, the gaming room, if you're into Magic the Gathering, if you're going to do crafts and love to do that and socialize there.
Yeah.
Those are all fantastic opportunities. It's a lot better to know ahead of time, though, and be able to intentionally select them rather than kind of get stuck painting doom slugs for 2 days.
Yes.
Anyway, that's a different story.
Slugs.
There's the vendor hall. It's not just, there's a lot of cool stuff you can go buy or pick up. There's a lot of art. There's also a ton of new authors.
Yep.
One thing I wish I had done more last year is gone and stopped and met more of those authors and experienced that. It's just so hard to fit in. And usually the game sends you through the vendor hall on missions. That's nice to kind of keep that area moving. If you are actually interested in the content that's there in the vendor hall, it's actually kind of makes it difficult.
It does make it difficult.
Because there's a bunch of people who don't care and
people
they're
are
playing
just
the game.
plowing through trying to play the game. They're not really engaging with people in the vendor
and
hall.
I've been that person too. And then, of course, there is the ball. If you plan on attending the ball, you got to decide if that's a priority. Tickets are already out there for that. So if you don't have your ticket, are there tickets left?
I think there's still tickets left.
Last we checked, there were.
Yep.
But that was a great experience last year. The price has gone up.
Significantly.
That's okay. I just expect more quality.
We loved the ball. Was my favorite thing we did last year. That was my number one thing I wanted to do this year was the ball.
So we will be there.
We will be there.
Which one are we signed up for?
Saturday at 5 p.m.
Okay, if there's tickets for that, we'll see you there.
Yeah, Saturday at 5 p.m.
Be intentional. Pick your priorities. If you're going to somewhere that's like a panel or somewhere in a room, you have to get there early and often get in line to get into that room, or you won't get a seat.
The main hall, which is Roshar, which is where the big book release is going to be, and Brendan always does a Q&A associated with it, and he always has a big announcement about something. So you want to be there for that. That is Thursday night, and in previous years, you had to wait in line so that you could get in, and VIP got you front and center. They're not doing that anymore. They're not doing that anymore. There's no VIP or anything like that. It is just first come, first serve. They do not have enough seats in Roshar to seat everybody.
In the past, you could come anytime, and if you'd be in the nosebleeds and way in the back, that's fine. There'd be a seat for you.
There was a seat for you.
This year, and who knows, maybe not everyone will go, but they don't have as many seats as they have tickets, correct?
Right. If that's a priority for you to be in the room for that, then you need to be in that room for several panels before then, kind of working your way up.
Well, to get a good seat. Yeah, be aware of that. You got to be there a little early for that one.
Plan it out, have your top priorities, but also know that you could get totally sidetracked and get absorbed by the game and miss everything else. And that's okay, because the convention is about all of it, but you're not going to experience all of it. It's really hard to do everything that's there. And so whatever your experience is, whether it's the panels or whether it's more of the experiences or whether it's the games, that was your convention experience, and that's awesome no matter what it is.
Okay, let's bring it down to something more
practical.
Clothing. So this is, early December in Utah. Obviously it's going to be cooler, and yet we're all there, to wear our swag and in some cases do the cosplay thing.
People go all out and it's amazing, and I love seeing all the people in cosplay. We don't cosplay, and so we always wear something every day that is Sanderson related. The Christmas sweaters are super popular and they keep you really, really warm. It is cold, and the convention center is freezing. It is so cold. You want to dress warmly. If you're going to the ball, you should be getting your clothing now.
How would you talk to someone who's going to the ball for the first time?
You're not going to show up in jeans and a t-shirt. It is a formal ball. So you want to be dressed like you're going to the ball at Venture Keep.
When we went to the ball, that was the most cosplay effort that we have done. And so if you're not a cosplay person, that's okay. This is your chance to try it out. I would say get your feet wet, try in some subtle ways to match the setting, and it's just more fun.
90% of the people were trying to match the setting.
So you'll want to be there too. If you already got a ticket, you probably already know this and are ready. Let's move to another topic, food. I know a couple years ago, food was a big challenge. They only had one or two vendors, and we didn't want to spend all our time wandering around downtown Salt Lake in the cold. Last year, they did much better. They brought in more vendors. We did try to leave the venue for a dinner one night and walked across downtown Salt Lake to find out that the place we were going was closed for a special event. Of course, you're in an enclosed venue, so budget appropriately. Don't not eat.
You don't have to leave. You can just eat that.
I also recommend, I'm the guy that always has like a protein bar or granola bar or something. If I'm in line for an event or a panel and I don't want to miss it, I'd rather just, take some snacks, munch on something. Number 5, swag. How do I prepare for swag?
Plan for it. Bring an extra suitcase if you're flying.
So be aware that the store on site may have lines of several hours just to get in.
Yep.
And every year stuff has sold out. So after the first day and a half, it's going to be pretty slim pickings. By the third day, it's going to be very picked over.
Yeah.
Last year, they had a binder that went with the story deck cards that was the game. And those binders, I think, sold out like the first day.
We got ours the morning of the second day, and they were gone by that afternoon.
So those are sold out, and I would say those were critical.
Yeah, that was for sure. So light day is October 28th, and last year, 90% of what the swag that was available in the store was available on light day.
Online.
There was you ran the risk of not getting it in time, but then you also run the risk of if you wait until Dragonsteel Nexus, you're going to be waiting in line for hours in order to get it. So if there's some things that you see that you're like, yes, I absolutely want this, order it on light day. You have the chance of getting it ahead of time. But then there will be things available at Nexus that are not available on light day. So you want to just have some extra budgeted for that. Last year there was the deck cards, there was hats that were available, pins that were available only at Nexus that were not available online. The blanket was only available at Nexus and not online. And there were some t-shirts and stuff that were only available there as well.
Budget time as well. When we say budget, it's like we were talking about making that plan. If you know that there's some swag items you're going to want, or it's important to you to go see what's there, you're going to want to plan in time early to go take care of that, or find a window when it's like, okay, here's this panel, but I'm comfortable going and waiting in line. If it takes a little longer, I could miss that one if that's a priority. I walked past people who were lamenting missing out on things.
Yes.
And so, you don't want to be one of those people either.
You want to get...
If it's something you really wanted and it was important to you.
Yep.
So those are our top 5 things. We're super excited for...
We're so excited.
Nexus.
I can't wait.
It's always a good time. We do have a 6th bonus item.
We do have a bonus item.
There's no better title, but friends. There are so many different things to do.
Yes.
That if you go alone or just you and a spouse or whatever, it's actually really hard to even get a taste of everything.
Yeah.
So everything we said is even more important about picking priorities, but you get left out of some stuff.
Yeah.
If you can, go with a group of friends or widen that circle to 4 to 5 people, or go and make some friends.
Yes.
Right? Brandon's big on that.
Yes.
He wants to see that socialization. I think that's great. Go make some friends and start to divide and conquer a little bit. So we didn't make it to the store until the 3rd day, but we did have someone in our party that was able to go that morning of the second day. And so we got those story deck books without having to go because we had them pick them up for us. Obviously, it's a lot harder to do with experiences. Like if you want to be in a panel, you have to be there.
Yeah.
But the games, we have collaborated every year on the games.
And sent people out and...
Yeah. And you I will admit, there's been some rule bending here and there.
There has been some rule bending.
Sometimes it's helpful if some of your friends are less scrupulous.
Yes.
But... what it does is allows you to experience more of it. I'd be really careful about committing to finishing anything. Like I'm going to finish every last little bit of the game. It's like, oh, you're going to give up a lot to try to go all the way. But you could get a solid experience of playing the game and then say, okay, I've had enough of that. And now I'm going to focus on panels or whatever that trade-off is. If you go with friends and you all agree to divide and conquer together, you can just have a much better experience. So that's kind of our bonus item for preparation. Make some friends now ahead of time and get ready if you don't have a group going.
Yep.
So with that, I think we're ready and we will see you there.
Yep. We're excited. If you see us, say hello.
Yeah.
Happy world hopping.